Good afternoon on what is a bright, warm and breezy day. It is Monday the 27th of June and I'm in the reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got in here is the Call of Cthulhu 40th Anniversary Classic Edition, which I've already begun an unboxing of. And so far I have pulled out the core rules and with the 1920 source book. So yeah, and then just done further unboxings of the campaign Shadows of Tsathogghua, the Cthulhu Companion, which is the first companion, and Asylum and Other Tales, first anthology. And the next one I am going to unbox is this, which is Trail of Tsathogghua, horror stories for keepers only, and Tsathoggua's curse awaits the unwelcomed investigators of the occult and unknown. What grim secrets lurks on the sterile Greenland ice cap? What living horror grows behind the Bigfoot legend? Trail of Tsathogghua contains a mini-campaign in 2 scenarios, as well as a third unconnected scenario, The Haunted House. This scenario pack is suitable for beginning keepers and investigators. It serves well as an introduction for the game and exposes new players to both the Cthulhu mythos and the occult. So here we go, let's have a look inside. Here we have... we've got a simple introduction. It essentially contains 3 loosely connected adventures for Call of Cthulhu. The first involves the prehistory of Greenland and the beings who lived there before. The second, The Curse of Tsathogghua, takes place in British Columbia, where strange hairy foot from an unknown type of animal is found in a hunter's trap. And the third, The Haunted House, basically somebody wants to investigate the haunted house to see, essentially exercise the premises and make it saleable once again. Not like we've seen that plot many times since. So the first scenario is the Trail of Tsathogghua, and it's set in Greenland, and essentially it's fairly linear in that you have the investigators are required to move from one phase of the adventure to the next, regardless of their individual actions. So again, you have the kind of, although it means it's linear, does that mean it's a bit easier for keepers to run? You are on an expedition, you are going from A to B to C to D and so on. You are expected to travel and move forward. So we, essentially what we've got, here's the guide, the trip to Greenland and the crew you're travelling with, and then you've got some French mountaineers with you and the ship's company. So quite a bit of quite text heavy here, and then you get to the wall of ice where these strange hieroglyphics are found, and you basically investigate the hieroglyphics on the way once you're there. And here we go, so another illustration of them, and things develop from there. You have a Viking village site, so basically potential evidence of the Vikings being there in past times, at confrontations with the Inuit, and revelations of further secrets until the point that you actually encounter the Hyperboreans and their servants, the Vormis. We've got the Temple of Tsathogghua there as well, and so on. And a monster out of the ice, the Nook, comes hunting. So this isn't a scenario I've played, but I think looks to be decent enough. The second scenario is the Curse of Tsathogghua, shifts clues to Canada and plays around with the kind of the Bigfoot myth as well. And it's something that the kind of the solo scenario Alone Against the Wendigo did as well. That's more recently been reprinted and updated, and adjusted to take account of more modern sensibilities. So again, quite a lot of text here to go through for the beginning keeper and to study as they essentially the investigators travel out into the wilds of Canada, and of course they're going to encounter the Sasquatch. We're going to rather plain map, but essentially gives you a sense of the geography as well. And here we have the Sasquatch presented, not really as an enemy, but as sort of like as a family group. And then still in North America, we switch to the third scenario, Michigan, for the haunted house and Michigan. And of course, it has a reputation of being haunted, and the investigators have to go in and investigate the house to find out what is going on. And this is really a scenario with just the one location, bit of background and so on to it, including quite a lengthy timeline for the history. So there's quite a lot for the investigators to really discover once they get to the house, and the house itself is quite detailed, because there's a lot of information to be found there on the grounds. We've got maps as well, floor plans, and you've got box outs here with spooky events which you can inflict upon your investigators and unnerve them, and lots of secrets to be revealed as the investigators go through and catalogue and search the house in detail. Now, this is one scenario I have played and it's quite fun. I know I freaked my fellow investigators out because my investigator got bored, cut his finger, and wrote a message on a blotter in blood, something like "they're coming," and then left the room. And the other players sort of freaked out, and I wasn't very popular. But yeah, here we have the actual enemy, the thing haunting the house, which is the spirit of a druid who has occupied a tree, which is later cut down and used as part of the building. And also, the pages here are a bit rough here, not very well basically handled in the printing process, but hey, it's happening. And we have notes here, rewards for valor, and sort of like notes for stages for the game. And then we have an interesting addition which I didn't think would be in here, and I was surprised for this, which is Shadows over Hollywood. Now, this is a scenario that dates back to 1981. It was it's in the core rulebook for first edition. So this is the first time I think it's been reprinted. It's not. I did a review of that back in the day, and honestly, it's not a great scenario by any means. Interesting for its time, but kind of like not necessarily a lot of investigation, but really sort of like a confrontation of the monsters, and you kind of run away. That's it. But rounding out the volume is remembering Gene Day, who is the artist who drew that who painted that classic cover for Call of Cthulhu, which we all know and love. The one on the front of this box, you know, such a classic piece of artwork, and would illustrate the Call of Cthulhu rulebook for decades. But yeah, that's a nice addition at the end. So yeah, that is trailer of Tsathogghua, available part of the Call of Cthulhu Anniversary box set. Also available, you can find it online as a PDF. An interesting sort of set of series of sort of like connected scenarios. I think you probably want to run something in between them. But yeah, interesting set of scenarios to run sort of like as part of your ongoing campaign. Anyway, also this is obviously these three are by the late great Keith Herbert as well. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, then I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box and a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.